Right guys, welcome back to another episode of race number 1. Thanks for joining. So let's get into it. We've just witnessed the final qualifying session for this season, and what a disappointment if you are a Lewis Hamilton fan. Unfortunately, for the second week running, Lewis is unable to get out of Q2 after complaining that the car and setup just wasn't correct for qualifying. However, it was the same as George's, so really difficult conversations are going to be held in the Mercedes, or in that side of the Mercedes garage, overnight to understand exactly what has happened to Lewis's car and why he is lacking so much behind his teammate George, who actually managed to qualify P4. So for the second week running, again, Mercedes have egg on their face because Lewis has failed to make it out of Q2. So a very disappointing result there for the Brackley-based team. Now, well done to George Russell. Like I mentioned, he managed to finish in P4, so great qualifying session from him. Once again, Max Verstappen, dominant as ever, managing to pick up his 12th pole position, which is a fantastic achievement. However, his teammate Sergio Perez unfortunately finished qualifying all the way down in PA. So again, Perez is just not comfortable with this car whatsoever. Now, one person I do want to mention is Yuki Tsunoda, who actually managed to finish qualifying P6, which has been his highest qualifying position all season. So an absolute fantastic job from Yuki there. Obviously, we know that AlphaTauri has recently just upgraded and it's got the Redbull rear suspension, and I believe it's got part of the floor as well. So all of these things seem to really be helping AlphaTauri, so well done to them. Another shout out to Oscar finishing P3 ahead of Lando, who actually finished P5. Rounding out the top 10, so we've got Max P1, Charles P2, Oscar P3, George P4, Lando P5, Yuki P6, Alonso P7. Hulkenberg managed to smash it in there and get PA, and as mentioned before, Sergio Perez managing to get P9. However, one thing I will mention is a very disappointing performance from Charles' teammate Carlos Sainz, who ended up finishing P16. So we know there's 4 points difference in the constructors between Ferrari and Mercedes, and Ferrari are going to need as much help as they can to try and close that gap. A very disappointing performance from Carlos. He blamed it on the traffic, but nonetheless, not a good performance. Guys, don't forget to drop me some comments below. What did you think of Lewis's performance? Was it car related? Is it just Lewis not feeling the car? Let me know what you think. Obviously, let's comment on Perez's performance today, finishing in P9. Is that acceptable? Do you think he'll be there next year? Or do you think Red Bull will be going down another route? Last question, who's going to pick up P2 in the constructors, Ferrari or Mercedes? Let me know.